Okay, for this lecture, Introduction to Bible Basics, this is based on a PowerPoint lecture that I give, and I don't have the PowerPoint here, but I have a PowerPoint handout. If you go to the online reading section of Blackboard, the first thing there should be Bible Basics, and that is a handout for this lecture here. So you should pull that up before watching this video, and then follow along step by step the contents on that handout. Okay, so Introduction to Bible Basics. This is going to be a four-part lecture. First, we're going to discuss the writings in the Bible. Secondly, we're going to discuss how the Bible was copied. After it was written, it was copied and handed down through copying. Next, we're going to talk about the translating. So the Bible's written, then copies are made. Later on, translations are made of it to translate it into other languages. And then last, we're going to talk about interpreting the Bible. So these four steps: the Bible was written, the Bible was copied, and then copies were made of copies, and then we get copies of copies. You'll see here in a minute. After it was copied, it was translated, for instance, from Greek into English or from Hebrew into English. And then last, once it's translated, how are we to interpret it? So those are the four steps of this lecture. So let's start first here with the writings. First question that we should ask is, what is the Bible? Well, it's an anthology. It's an anthology of scriptures that are sacred to Jewish and Christian communities. And by anthology, I mean anthology in the technical sense. Like if you've ever taken an English literature course, your English professors often make you buy these giant anthologies. They've got Shakespeare in there. They've got Mark Twain in there. They've got, you know, passages from Herman Melville's Moby Dick and stuff like that. It's this anthology. It's grouped together different selection of writings. Well, the Bible is exactly the same way. All these different books, for instance, that are in the New Testament, like the Gospel of Mark, the Gospel of Matthew, the Gospel of John, they weren't written together. They were written separately by different communities at different times, at different places, and later on, somebody collected them and made an anthology out of them. So the Bible is an anthology in this sense. It's an anthology of scriptures that are, again, sacred to Jewish and Christian communities. In addition, there are varying canons: Jewish, Catholic, and Protestant. Now, the word canon technically means, it comes from the word that's related to the word yardstick, which isn't really helpful, so don't worry about that. But a canon is the official set of sacred scriptures. So the Catholic Church, for instance, has an official canon, the official list of the scriptures that are sacred to them. Now you should open up in Ehrman's textbook onto page 2. You can see here the list of scriptures that are part of the Hebrew Bible and the Christian Old Testament. In addition, there are on page 5 a list of the books in the New Testament. Now, what you should know when I say that there are varying canons, the Jewish canon has a set of scriptures. The Catholic canon and the Protestant canon include the Jewish canon. So all the stuff that's in the Jewish canon are in the other two canons. They're more like umbrella. They include that stuff and more. The Protestant canon includes the Hebrew Bible or the Jewish scriptures, and it also includes the stuff of the New Testament. So it includes the Jewish Bible and the New Testament. The Catholic Bible also includes a third part called the deuterocanonical text or the apocryphal text, and we'll get to that in a minute. So what is in each canon? Let's look first at the Jewish canon. You'll see on this next slide, there's an acronym T-A-N-A-K or T-A-N-A-K-H. It's spelled either way. The word is Tanakh. Now, it's an acronym based on T-N-K, and what this means is that there are three main headings for the material in the Jewish scriptures. The Torah, that's where you get the T. The N is Nevi'im, and the K is Ketuvim. So again, Torah, Nevi'im, Ketuvim. Now, the Torah is translates literally as teaching. It includes the it's the same thing as the Pentateuch. You may have heard the Pentateuch before, which technically means 5 scrolls. The Torah or the Pentateuch, same word, 2 words for the same thing. It's the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So if you open up your Bible, you'll see that the first 5 books, no matter which version of the Bible you have, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy are the first 5. Those are the Torah or the Pentateuch. You can call it either one.